Good afternoon, Mr. Dickson. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the Antelope Valley.
Thank you for the welcome.
What do you think about the Moah exhibit, your exhibit?
My exhibit, I'm excited about it. The space looks good. It's always good to see my work in another space besides my studio.
How long ago did you start working?
Working? I actually started carving wood when I was 5. And that was before the notion of artist was available to me. But I fell into making other objects when I was in junior high and what have you. Then I started carving ironwood and things like that, and then I learned mold making. And when I graduated from high school, I took the artist label.
Okay. Where do you go to school?
I went to school at Fremont High School. And I had the opportunity to go to many universities. They gave me scholarships, and they also gave me the opportunity to come to Otis and Chenard's, and I met Charles White, and he gave me the idea of coming to Otis, and but if I'm going to learn the politics of art, so to speak, yeah. So I'm pretty much into everything that's malleable, anything that's collectible. I love to collect urban things, like you see urban chairs, and you see all kinds of bits and pieces of elements that really are exciting to sort of appreciate, and how do you feel in the space. And so that a lot of the work kind of reflects that kind of energy. But I love to carve. I really love to work with really hardwoods like ironwood and ebonies and African blackwoods and things like that. But when I work, I have to really protect myself. And so there's a whole process that I go through to preserve myself. And that's why I dress up like a spaceman.
Very good. As an artist, with all this trajectory, what would you tell the new generation of artists that are coming behind you as a legacy?
Be diverse, learn the politics of art, because that's the way of finding inroads to institutions, and practice the creative spirit that's in you. Overall, you can do many different things, but the most important thing is you do your private work. And that's the way I survive my private collaboration and the job. And then that keeps you balanced. And don't be afraid of taking on a job, because you can get paid for that. But always remember, you have to come back to your private self.
Private self. When you say the politics of art, what do you mean by that?
That's a good question. Politics of art. Normally, if you go to art school, your camaraderie is basically the people you went to school with. Those same people become curators of galleries, curators of museums, and the networking is part of that politics. Because if you have an inroads to those kinds of things, you can get shows. The other thing is understand that you can't get $100,000 for something that you've only practiced for 5 years. You must be patient. I've been working for 54 years. And if it wasn't for my passion for what I do, I couldn't continue. The road is too rough. The vision is too narrow for what you do. Although I like to dabble in everything and anything, So I'm very successful like that, because I can do many different media, and it's very good. It's very good for me.
Okay. Do you still have are you still in residence in the West Tower?
Yeah, I'm been a resident in the Watchtowers Arts Center campus for the last, say, 5 years. And what that is, that's an organization of artists that have dedicated themselves to the community, to the betterment of that campus. And so I lend my expertise, and also I lend just my time I'm also getting paid, but nevertheless, I don't hold back what I can do to increase the value of that institution, because it's very important that people know that we create these new possibilities within our community. So public art has been one of those ways that I can do that, and you know, just sharing ideas. I don't kick anybody out of my studio or invite people to my space, because it's important that we transfer this creative energy, that you don't have to wait 25 years to understand a simple technique of how to do something. So I think it's very important.
So sharing is important process.
Sharing and being mindful of one's fellow spirit, you know, because that's what we're about. We're about, our connection is first about spirit. And then from that spirit that we all have, we can unify and understand our creative self. And so that's a very important thing. I mean, that's what I've gotten out of my journey so far. And that seems to be the key thing to make things work. Yeah.
Okay. When you say journey, what is the most important part of journey? Is the process of creating the art or the finished product itself?
Wow, that's another good question. You know, I used to think it was finishing the work. Finishing is a monumental task unto itself. When you do something, you're excited, you want to do it. But the journey of the process is one where you have trial and error. You have this great excitement. You have I suppress a lot of ego stuff, but nevertheless, you are humbled by the fact that you don't know everything. And that's very important, because now you're open to this new possibility. And new possibilities is what creativity is all about. And I think that is the search that artists go into and try to get various media and say, well, this is different, this is different. But what is different is your approach to how you accept others in what you do, and share what you know. Because by sharing what you know, you're going to gain this wonderful insight to that new possibility. And I get that from children. You know, when I share with a child, or share with a young adult, or share with anyone that's willing to have a sit-down talk about what they do, then I go, oh yeah, I didn't try that. And then I can say, well, did you try this stuff? This stuff is great, you know?
Very good. Well, thank you very much for your time, and welcome to the Antelope Valley. I hope that tonight's reception will welcome by everybody, and get a lot of people come over and meet you and see how gracious you are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Charles Dickson.